G'day humans, Chris Stead here. Today I'm doing a review and full tour of the Ritz-Carlton in the Maldives Fari Islands. Let's jump in.
Are we there yet?
No!
Are we there yet?
No!
Are we there yet?
No!
Are we there yet?
Yes!
Dad, I'm hungry.
Now behind me here, you can see the main dock where you will arrive for the first time at your Ritz-Carlton experience. Now this is proper luxury, real luxury stay. And as we're going to go through this tour here, I'm going to show you everything there is to offer on the island. Talk you through the different experiences we've had, what works, what doesn't work, who this resort is perfect for, who this resort might not be the best fit for. We're going to go have a look at this extraordinary overwater villa that I've got. Give you a full breakdown of that as well. And yeah, just learn everything there is to know, so that if you're thinking about staying here, you know exactly what to expect and what you're going to get and whether it's right for you. That's the plan. So like I said, you'll arrive on the dock in the spot behind me here. You'll be greeted by a number of the staff, given a very warm welcome, given a bit of a tour on your little buggy, and then dropped off at your villa, and that's when the holiday's really going to begin. Now, I'm going to try something a little bit risky. I'm going to jump on a push bike, which is the main means of transport around here. Well, you can get buggies wherever you want to, but riding's fun and it helps work off those buffets. And I'm going to get on there and try and film with one hand while I ride with the other, and we're going to see if we can get through the entire thing, not only seeing everything there is to offer, but also not face planting into the sand. Let's see how we go. Alright, so as I mentioned, is this beautiful entryway out into the Indian Ocean, and those beautiful turquoise waters that are evident in all the photos you ever see of the Maldives. It's just perfectly on show here, as you can probably see. Now the weather hasn't been that great since I've been here. It hasn't dampened the experience, but we definitely had the first day we had was absolutely mint and perfect, like as good as you wanted to get. And then after that, we had a bit of an overcast day, a proper stormy day, and this is our last day here, and it's looking like it's going to be okay, but a bit of a grey start. So here's your little reception. Oh, almost face planted already. The loose sand can be a struggle. And the rain really affected the roads a bit. They were so smooth and lovely when I got here. A little bumpy now. Right, so this is, to my surprise when I arrived, found out it's a man-made island. So apparently this is a thing. So they basically put a whole bunch of rocks in a circle over a crater that was in one of the atolls, filled it with sand, brought in a whole bunch of trees, prefabbed the villas in Germany and dumped them. And here you go, luxury resort. Very impressive. So we're going to turn towards the south here. So the island, because it's man-made, they pretty much made it so you've got a sunset side and a sunrise side. It's early in the morning, so the sun's rising over there at the moment. Now you can probably see all these little alleyways off to the side. So all the villas are very private. So these are the beach villas here. And I'll take you to the overwater villas at the end, which is where I'm staying.
Good morning.
Good morning. So there's about 100 or so villas. I think we counted them up, 100, 120, something like that. Now all the villas seem to be very, very similar to each other, because they're all being prefabbed, like I said, regardless of whether or not you're staying in a beach villa or an overwater villa. It's just basically whether you're on the sand or not. And as you run, we're in this kind of road going down the middle of the island. Makes it very easy to navigate, very easy to get from A to B. Although I'll take you through this quite some distance. between some of the, definitely the overwater villas and then where all the kind of kids activities are. Now, on what you can't see from the moment through the bushes is that there are kind of big coves with beaches on either side. So plenty of sand for anyone in the beach villas. If you're in an overwater villa, you've pretty much got to ride or get your way down to the very south of the island, which is where you're going to kind of find all the beach activities, which I'm riding to now. This is all villas, so it's pretty kind of condensed in terms of where the facilities are. And then you've got these large spaces of residential, or not residential, but you know, accommodation. And then you've got the overwater villas. So it's kind of interesting, it's very streamlined. Now up there in here, you have the kids club. Now it's very good. They've done a really good job with it. I'll take you inside in a sec. Kind of inspired by Lord of the Rings, what it feels to me. But I would say that while it's really well catered to, you know, maybe 8s and unders, and obviously the relaxation and the luxury is going to be enjoyed by kids kind of 15 and up who are happy to read books and lay out in sun lounges and so forth. But for kids kind of in the middle, I think it's a little bit lacking, and I'll explain it more in a second. But let's go have a look inside the kids club. Yeah, so I think maybe with those kind of kids in the middle, perhaps a little bit more could be done in terms of joining them together, because the villas are so separated and so spaced out. The kids don't inherently meet. You know, there's no central kind of place that they tend to go. Because all the villas have their own pools, and all the beach villas have pools, or most of them at least. So I think that, you know, like maybe just organising like a little disco or beach soccer or stuff that's a little bit more, just forces those kind of teens to get together, I think could go a long way. But anyway, let's have a look in here, which is the games room and a full-size tennis court. Okay, it's really kind of a struggle to ride on this. So I'll take it down here. So it's kind of where the activities start. So in there you've got a full-size gym. You've also got a kind of a studio space where they did some kid and adult like yoga, hoops, whatever they call it, like hanging from the roof style stuff. There's also a huge bathroom in here and toilet area that includes a sauna and a spa, and it's a his and hers, right? So there's the boys on this side and the girls on the other side of the gym. So really cool space they've designed there. It's very, very premium. Doesn't feel like they've spared any expense. Okay, rather than smash, which I feel like I'm going to do, this super soft sand. So I think what they've done is they've gone and laid a whole bunch of fresh sand here overnight to try and get past all the issues they had yesterday with the rain. Okay, so you've got this big open space here, as you can see. You've got chess over in the corner, beach soccer, beach volleyball, all of which the kids have dived into and used. Over here you've got the water sports, and there's a real stiff breeze blowing into me right now, so I sure hope that the audio is coming through okay. And you've got all your water sports over there. We took the catamaran out and had a great sail. So anything that's not motorised is complimentary. Anything that's motorised costs extra. And you can start to see there, you know, there's quite a fair bit of beach all the way around. So if you come down here from anywhere, you've got all this place on the beach. It's really lovely. The sunset's over there. We had an amazing sunset buffet and band and cocktail experience here on the first night, just with the sun setting over there, which was incredible. and it's like a really nice space here, and it gets a pretty good breeze. Like, there's been a real stiff breeze the whole time we've been here, which really helps with the heat if you're on the sunset side of the island. But one of the staff was telling me that, you know, that is seasonal, and we're in the rainy season right now, which is probably why the weather is giving us a little bit of grief. It's a bit wet. It's still so mysteriously warm. Just down there, and there's the dive centre, which is where you're going to do your tours. We did an awesome fishing tour, went off and caught a whole bunch of fish, and snorkeling as well. So that all kind of unfolds down in that room down there. Back on the road, haven't stacked yet. And I think that's because the overwater villas are predominantly single rooms. So there's a couple of double rooms. We're in a double bedroom villa, which I'll show you shortly. But most of the accommodation is single villa, which is okay for. Which is okay for. I was on the wrong side of the road there, and they said stay on the left. It's okay for small kids, you know, there's little rollouts, cots, that type of thing. Once you get to the bigger kids, there's not a whole lot of rooms catered to families of that size. Even though the kids have had an absolute ball, don't get me wrong. This is a beach shack where you can not only eat, play some pool, and where they've had some shindigs. Let's have a look at that. Righto. So I really like the design here. This kind of like central kids area. The kids area, because there's been so many younger kids, has been quite busy. Like there's been a lot of kids there every time I kind of snuck my head in, including my kids. But you know, sometimes my oldest son here was double the height of anyone else in the room, you know. Okay. So this is going to give you a bit of an idea of the distances you need to be mindful of. So that's kind of like the big play area. Now, if you're in one of these beach villas, kind of down this end of the island, south end, obviously you're really close to all of that stuff. And you're a little bit distance from the main eateries, but not too bad. When you're in the overwater villas, especially the far overwater villas, the ride down there in the heat is enough to kind of, yeah, you feel it. And as I'll go into, they've tried to put some facilities up the other end so you don't have to ride all the way down, but they're relatively very small compared to what you can get down that south end. At least it does mean that all the kind of activities are away from the accommodation. So there's no noise carryover, so to speak. There's a water hen, which I'm told is the national bird of the Maldives. So the bikes are good. And
Good morning.
With a little basket, which is important. And the internet's been pretty much super solid no matter where we've gone on the island. Okay, oh, here comes my boys. Hello. Hey, bud. So it's pretty much 3 islands, Jazzy. You've got. They all seemed really excited to see me. So you've got the 3 islands here. This island, which is one you just arrive on, it's villas and all the sports centre stuff. Hang on. And then you've got kind of cross these bridges where you get hammered by the wind and all the kids just want to jump off. Then you come onto what they call Culinary Island. There's a bit to show you here. So this is kind of like the centre of the action. Alright, so that's your main breakfast space, La Laconda. Let's go have a look in there. Okay, then you've got next to that, you've got this Chinese, well let's just start over here actually, you've got the, I don't know how to pronounce that, EL bar or something. It's a bit closed at the moment. Well, let's have a look in there, because that's where you've got your big main pool. And you're going to see, it's all sunset facing. It's really lovely space, really lovely space, do really good food there, lovely lunch. And cocktails and so forth, but it's just a really great space they've created. And then over here, you've got a Chinese restaurant, which is called, I think it's called the Summer Pavilion. Yeah, the Summer Pavilion. Let's go have a look in there. So that's kind of your main eateries. The summer pavilion was one of the best meals I've ever had. It was so fantastic, and it's all been really good, but yeah, that was a particular standout. Okay, back through the soft sand. Right. Okay, so now we come across to the last island, which has more beach villas. Now I do want to point out, over there is another island, which is currently just trees and everything, but they are turning it into a resort. It's another man-made island, so that's coming sometime in the future. I don't know when. Got the impression it won't be too far away. And these are all kind of owned by the same people. So there's 4 islands. This one, that one, the Marina Sand, the Fari Islands Marina, which I'll show you soon, and there's also a staff island with all, it kind of services all 3 of the non-staff islands. Okay, now if you're umming about half board, full board, that kind of thing, actually, first I'll just show you in here. So they've got this little tranquil kind of wellness space in here. You can do morning yoga. There's the swing for some pictures, although funnily enough, I don't know if you can see, you've got the lights going across where the swing is. So if you push the swing too much, you rip the lights down, which we almost did straight away. But yeah, this is kind of a nice, cool place to chill out. And there's like activities on all day. Like the kids' activity list was humongous. I've never seen so many things on. And there's been plenty on for adults as well as kind of just like health stuff, but also like obviously the snorkeling tours, and there's a lot of sustainability and a lot of education stuff. You know, they're happy, like they're keen to teach the kids about the local marine biology and how it all works. You know, before the snorkeling trip, we got a talk from a marine biologist about, you know, how the ecosystem works and everything like that. It's really cool. But you know, this is all about the relaxation and, to an extent, the villa experience. Like some resorts that you can go to anywhere in the world, including the Maldives, very focused on activity. You know, it's just like, do this, then do that, then, you know, go sailing, then use this board, then go stand up paddleboarding, and then snorkeling, then, you know, on the trampoline, and then on the trapeze, and then all this kind of stuff. This is more about the stunning location and the stunning villas. But that stuff's still there for you. Yeah, so I was saying half board or full board. Look, the prices are significant, and I think you'd be nuts not to try and at least get half board. You can eat enough at breakfast and dinner to not need lunch. And our villa had a couple of complimentary snacks and a fruit bowl and stuff. I don't know if that's standard. We are in a really good villa. But yeah, you wouldn't want to be coming here too much and stressing about having to pay for food. The booze is obviously really expensive too, but you'd probably, either price isn't an object, so that's why you're here, or if you've managed to get here on merit points or something like that, then you might just have to console yourself with staying sober, as hard as that can be for an Australian. Alright, so there's another little space here where you could have meetups and so forth. The chessboards are really fun. But that's kind of the extent of what's on offer at the north end of the island. So as you can see, you're really going to be riding down to that south end a lot. It's some of the only grass is here too. It probably goes without saying, but the staff are fantastic. The Maldivians are lovely, lovely people, respectful people. And I'll just let this guy go past. So you got the little buggies everywhere, and they can all be strapped up so you don't get wet. So we're ending the third island here and heading onto the water village. So that's how far you're looking at riding to get down to the activities. Or you can just get a buggy, of course. You know, you're connected by WhatsApp to your kind of personal assistant. I don't want to use the word butler or something like that. It just sounds wrong to me. But it's, you know, it's not like that. They're not servants. It's very respectful. but that is how you can also just gonna get anything sorted. And like I said, the staff are just fantastic. Righto. Hopefully the wind isn't affecting the mic. So the number one goal of riding through here is to not have your hat blow off into the river, because there's no ladders. So you can't, if you fall off, I don't know how you get back up. There's a few ladders here and there, but they're pretty far between, and it's not that deep. It's so in the middle there's a spa. Let's go have a look at the spa. All right, I'll take you the long way around to the villa. So, as you can see, all the villas are pretty much the same. They all have the exact same shape, except for two. The one that I'm in, and there's one on the sunset, one on the sunrise. And interestingly, I'd usually always say go the sunset side, which is this side, because sunsets are just awesome. The sunrise side actually offers, at least at this time of year, far less wind and easier paddle out to the reef where you can see all the fish, but also more privacy. It seems to be ocean facing, whereas this is kind of where the boats go past a bit. So, and you feel a bit more exposed, I think, on this side than you would on that side. Plus the sunset side is going to have this other resort opposite it sometimes in the future. So there's a lot of wildlife in the water. You'll frequently see stingrays and sharks as you kind of paddle around here, not man-eating sharks. It's reef sharks. And once you paddle out to the reef, which is about another 150 metres or so that way, I'm sure there's something this way as well, but I haven't gone that way. But it gets quite shallow, and there is just teeming with fish. It's like being inside an aquarium. It's amazing. So awesome design, this big circle. Everyone's kind of looking away from each other, which is cool. And I don't know if I'm going to get visibility of it, but there's see the marina sand. So there's a ferry that leaves every 40 minutes from that main dock that we started at. And take you over to the Marina, sorry, I keep calling Marina Sands, it's probably Singapore. To the Fari Islands Marina. We should be able to see it through here actually. And there's a whole bunch of other restaurants there, some awesome pools, some shops, and just allows you to have a slightly different experience. So I'll show you what it looks like over there. Fari Islands Marina there. It's got accommodation on it as well. You can see some water villas off the side. Okay, so we're coming up to the villa that I'm staying in. So that gives you a pretty good tour of everything you'll expect to see at the Ritz-Carlton Maldives. All done, it's all very modern, it's all very new, and they just finished it all, and everything's done to the tip of the luxury spear. Extremely relaxing place to be. All right, so here we are, 3:29, let's go in. Okay, so here we are outside the villa that we're staying in. This is 329. So this is one of the 2 villas which are available right out on the jetty that have the 2 bedrooms. So if you have a look around, you'll see it's almost all 1 bedrooms the whole entire way around. Take note as well, you can probably see the solar panels on the roof there. They're looking to get solar panels on all of the villas so that they're trying to offset, you know, their environmental impact. And then here, everyone gets a push bike. So we had 5 bikes when we arrived here. 2 of them have already taken off for the day. But yeah, so everyone gets their own bikes. They're pretty good quality bikes, pretty easy to ride, and riding around is super fun. Okay, so let's dive in. Now this place is pretty special, okay? Get ready. Have a look at that. So needless to say, one of the greatest things I've enjoyed on this trip so far is just seeing the kids' faces when we stepped into this villa for the first time, and just the wow moment. We all had such a big wow moment. It's a little bit overcast today, but when we first walked in here, it was just blue skies and just calm and just incredible, waves breaking out there. Have a look at this as well. This is just indicative of the construction work here. Look at the thickness of that door. Like that's, you know, it's just a small thing, but it's indicative, I think, of the quality of the build here and that sense of luxury you're going to get the whole way through it. Now over here you can probably see all very computerized. So there's like 3 different sections with the air conditioning. You can partition it however you want. There's also presets for each of the bedrooms and for the lounge room here, and you can control all the lighting and everything like that. There's a sound system. The Wi-Fi's been pretty good. Pretty solid with the Wi-Fi as well. The TV reception's a little bit how you're doing, but then you can it's got smart apps and everything. I'll show you in a second. So, and you can even just Chromecast to it, which is what I did with my laptop. Okay, so let's start with a tour. So obviously big open living space, and it's impossible to understate just how amazing and relaxing and just isolated and peaceful it feels in this room. At the moment, you can see I've got the big doors wide open. They obviously completely close. I'll show you that in a second. And so you can seal yourself off, or you can just leave it open. Now, that does create quite a bit of heat, but when it's actually closed off, it's like a fridge in here. In fact, when we first got in here, it was set on 22 or 23 degrees or something like that, and it was actually kind of too cold. As soon as you open that though, the air conditioning shuts down for obvious reasons, and the heat kind of starts to come in. And the breeze, while we've been here, has been predominantly from the sunset side. This is the sunrise side. And so that breeze isn't coming in. However, when I just opened that door before, the breeze was so strong coming through the door, it slammed this shut. So, you know, I'm not sure what the best result is. So here's your little personal bar / kitchen area here. So there's some of it's complimentary. Everything that's non-alcoholic is complimentary. So that includes your cookies, your beef jerky, your chips. I just come replenish that once a day at no additional cost. It's complimentary. In here, if you come have a look, you'll find there's a fridge with champagne, wine, but also soft drinks for the kids and little bits and pieces, milk for your coffee, some juices and stuff, which you can just have at your leisure. And coffees with the pods. It's actually one of the best pod machines I think I've ever used, like just out of curiosity. Nice big open dining table and really comfy, low back. It's a low couch, but really, really comfy couch. And as I said, it's actually quite nice and relaxing just to sit here and watch a TV. The channels that they have, like the local channels on the local reception, they've got a couple of movies. couple of things like that, but like movie channels, news channels, sport channels, a lot of sport channels. So pretty good selection of channels, but the reception kind of goes in and out. But then you got the smart apps, Netflix, all that kind of stuff. And I actually quite like this little couch here. I mean, it's just this weird little relaxing bench, but it's just the way it's positioned. It's actually kind of nice just to lie down there, but there's obviously so many places, so much space in this incredible villa. And look, it goes without saying, everywhere the finish is just so nice and thick and quality, and yeah, it's unbelievable. And there's a sound system there as well, so you can just I just linked my phone by Bluetooth, put Spotify on, and we just listen to music. So come through into the main. How good. What a spectacular space. Again, these doors will open right up for you if you want to. The curtains are all controlled by remote, so basically you can have, you see-through curtains, full block out blinds. That blind comes down over there as well. The feeling is pretty private. We have had a couple of people just kind of come past snorkeling, but other than that, there's been no boats, no jet skis, nothing out there. It does feel pretty private. I'll take you outside for a proper tour in a sec. But as you can see, in here, you've got another separate TV. You've got another separate lounge space. I've been doing a little bit of work at this table. The bed is incredibly comfortable. Pillows are all the same kind of thickness. They're super plush and super soft and very, very nice, but there's no variance between them. So I've just been double stacking them, and that seems to be okay. But otherwise, a very plush, lovely bed. If you come around and have a look at this as well, it's worth showing that our Australian power point went straight in. So they've obviously got some sort of universal power point system here. And look again, all your controls. So very, very modern. In fact, I believe they were telling me this place was built only a few years ago, I think 2020 or 2021. It was like either just before COVID or during COVID, they finished this off. And all of these places are actually prefab built in Germany and then brought completed and then put onto the reef, which itself is a man-made island. So that was super interesting. Now, over here, you got the fan as an alternative to the aircon, but I don't know why you'd need that. So you got a bathtub in here. Very, very, very nice. It comes with all the amenities you could possibly think of. Everything from shaving cream to moisturizer to suntan lotion that's reef friendly to deodorant, all that kind of stuff, as I'll show you in a second, the bathroom. But yeah, everything you could possibly want is here. And I don't know if it's standard, but there was also a bottle of champagne when we arrived, which is, I love that. It's a lovely, lovely touch. It's the first thing you want to do when you get in here and you see this amazing thing, is just sit back and really relax. I really think that if it's not standard, it should be standard bottle of champagne on entry. But yeah, so again, and all look at this stonework, just fantastic. And you can see the overflow drain here as well, just really thought out, nice touches. And the fact that all the curtains, go back in out of the recess so they don't affect your vision of the outside world. It's just really well done. Now if we come through here, you've got a very opulent walk-in wardrobe / bathroom. Lovely bench top, big mirrors, so much space. And like I said, everything you could possibly want for. Every time the cleaners have come in like twice a day to basically just make it beautiful. And every time we come back, all of our stuff's nicely ordered and put perfectly into place like this. It's very nice, it's very cool. Storage space galore. I mean, I don't know how you'd ever need all this storage space, but there is so much storage space. Life jackets, there's complimentary hats, complimentary beach bag. That stuff all kind of comes with it as well. In here you've got a toilet with the full-on fancy everything you could possibly want to clean your bum style remote. I'm kind of a little too scared to use it, but if you have a look over here as well, the robes, again, just a sign of luxury, a sign of quality. These are just, it's like putting on a hoodie or something. It's not just the bare minimum, it's beyond. So everywhere, as you can probably see, everywhere, amazing. Have a look through here. We've got a shower, an inside shower, rainmaker. I help them out there with really good pressure, and pressure's been a hard thing to come by in the Maldives, but that's got really lovely pressure, really nice. And the drain down the back, you can see then again another, just a quality finish, just to have that kind of inbuilt tile drain going on. Then out here, we have an outdoor shower. So again, just having the best of both worlds. I've tended to use this a lot more than I've used inside. You kind of come in and out of the water as well. You can just rinse off here. It's hot or cold. We come through here. Love this design. Just filters the light through in really interesting and nice ways. Now if we come around here, yeah, up to the balcony. So needless to say, there's not too much to say out here. I think it speaks for itself. Just beautiful. You step off into the water here, and it's at low tide, it's probably about waist deep. High tide, it probably comes up to chest deep. So not quite big enough to really jump off. The kids did jump off it, but it's tight. But we've seen heaps of stingrays, stacks of fish through there, and if you snorkel out to where those little breaks are, it's kind of bleached and not that pretty for the first, say, 100 metres, and then when you get out to where that water is, you start to see a bit of coral, but then you see so much fish life, like teeming, like you're in an aquarium, and it's just there. So you can just paddle out, and they provide you with snorkels and all of that stuff. There's a couple of sun lounges. The sun lounge padding actually, that's one thing that they could potentially have done a little bit thicker, but maybe it's just had some outdoor wear and tear. So obviously, extremely beautiful infinity pool. It's about 1 metre deep. You can just sit here. Sunrise kind of, for this particular one, comes up over there. But you know, even at sunset, once that temperature starts dropping down, just sitting out here, and the benefit of being sunrise, sunset is obviously, sunset's beautiful. It's somewhere you really want to see. But the benefit of being sunrise is that this offers a fair bit of shade from early in the afternoon. So in the heat of the day, you can sit out here in the shade. So that's definitely a benefit of the sunrise side, because it gets very hot. So beautiful pool, look at it. It's got lights in it, of course. There's not much more you could wish for other than maybe a couple of Fari jets somewhere, but yeah, amazing. And then another outdoor lounge area over here where you can sit with the cushions and everything. So again, you can't see anyone, you know. You can hear them. The guys next door were a bit loud yesterday, which is a bit unfortunate. Hopefully they don't do it today. But you can't see anyone. Now, one of the potential negatives, and I say that very lightly, is these doors, the ones that come through. Like look at they're so solid. There's such good construction. Like, you know, there's double pane glass, but it's heavy and it's not motorized. So when you want to kind of like push it in, you know, I can do it, but it could be a struggle for some people to get these actually wide open. I'm sure a phone call, someone will come and do it for you straight away. And it also means that it's not rain sensitive or anything. So if it suddenly turns into a storm out here, and it does happen in the Maldives where it's just suddenly it's fine and all of a sudden it's like cyclonic, and you're somewhere else and you left these open, you're in trouble. It's not going to shut. It's not going to shut for you. Okay, and so that's just the parent side. Let's have a look at the kids side. So we have 3 children. So in here we've got 2 twins, exactly the same quality, very, very nice. And then just put in a really quality trundle as well. It's not just kind of a couch or something like that. It's a good mattress, it's good bedding, it's good pillows. I actually like this as well. I feel like they've thought it out and they've put a little shelf here. I feel like that's deliberate. So that if someone does end up having a bed here, there's actually a little side table for them. And again, just a nice little attention to detail. Table and chairs and their own TV in here, which has been quite handy, I've got to say, because the kids have been getting really tired and they've just been able to kind of chill out for a little hour or so. But otherwise, all your same plugs, all your same computer system, everything's set up much like the other room. You can open those doors right up again as well. But yeah, just quality, quality, quality everywhere you look. And then they also have through here their own space where you've got another couple of wash basins, a mirror. They've also got their own shower through here. So they've got their own shower as well, their own robes, their own hats, their own beach bag, skylight, and a toilet, which also doubles. Again, really smart design here. I think that they've doubled this with not just the bathroom for the room, but this is accessible through here into the main space, which I'll walk through here. Which means you do have a kind of an easily accessible bathroom should you have guests around. So if you've got people staying in other villas, or you just make friends with somebody and they come around or whatever for a drink, you kind of got that bathroom as well. So yeah, I mean, even look at this, it's beautiful chandelier lighting system we've got going on. The one spectacular place to stay. And look, the single room villas would be interesting, I think, with kids, because they're circular, they're very studio-like. This obviously has so much space for a family of 5, it's ridiculous. And there's plenty more room if you wanted to, I think, fit even more people in here. You probably could. I don't know what the max capacity is, but there's so much space. Like, realistically, there's so much space. But I'm just really impressed with the design, really impressed with the commitment to quality. Really impressed by how luxury it feels in here. The only complaint that I could possibly come up with is that the air conditioning unit, which is somewhere behind this wall, is quite loud. Now, not loud enough that you can hear it while you're trying to sleep, which is good, but it can get loud and vibrating if the fan's on a bit. But loud enough that when you've got it all closed up and you're sitting here, it's just, there's a presence. You can just constantly hear this like going on. When you got this open and things are going on, you're talking or the TV's on or anything, you can't hear it. And like I said, you can't hear it when you're asleep when you're in bed. So that's the only thing that, if I was trying to really search out for a negative, that would be it, is that maybe they could have sound insulated that a little bit more. But otherwise, this is living. So the guy who's been cleaning our room, his name's Mango, he's a lovely, lovely bloke. And I've come back and look what's down here. Except this beautiful happy birthday thing, bottle of wine, a cake, a card. And out here, check this out. What looks to me to be a nurse shark or a whale shark, and the happy birthday. That's not crayon, that's sand. Look at that. How good is that? It's amazing. And in the bedroom, a little cake up here as well. It's a nice touch. And in the bedroom here, little arrangement on the bed. And even in the bathtub here, look at that. So just such a lovely addition for him. And last night we're having dinner, and it turned into his birthday midway through dinner because we're ahead of Australia here, and the restaurant brought out a little cake for him and sung happy birthday to him as well. And this morning at breakfast, the chef brought out a special little pancake for him with a little happy birthday chocolate on it. And I've just sent me a message saying that they want us to eat at a certain chef's table tonight as well to help further celebrate his birthday. So they've just looked after him so well and made it really special for him. And I just think it's awesome. I just think they've done such a great job to make what was, a day that wasn't going to be a big birthday party for him into something that's really special. And I think that kind of attention to detail with the guests has to be mentioned in this review, because it's what helps make the Ritz-Carlton a really special place to go. So here we are, the sun is now currently rising on our last day at the Ritz-Carlton Fari Islands in the Maldives. And there's no doubt this has probably been one of the most luxurious experiences I've ever had. If you're looking for just a pure luxury Maldives experience, everything here has just been so on point. The facilities are spick modern. The villa is absolutely incredible. Feels new, feels so well constructed, feels so deliberate and so well finished off everywhere you look, from the beautiful, unbelievably comfy robes, just to the large bath, to the impressive air conditioning. Like everything, the whole entire way through it is just so well done. The staff have been incredible. We've never felt more looked after. We've had people on WhatsApp who have been willing to do anything for us at a minute's call. Not that we've felt that big a need to do that, but that kind of feeling of being enveloped and welcomed is very, very strong here. There's no denying it. And the food, boy, we have eaten like kings and queens. It has been absolutely phenomenal. So if you're looking for that pure luxury experience, the Ritz-Carlton Fari Islands Maldives definitely hits the mark. I think if you've got older kids, so 16, 15, 16, 17, the type of kids that are going to just love just lying on the sun lounges, relaxing in the pool, just soaking up this incredible location and what it has to offer. It's literally postcard at every turn environment. I think you'll be sweet. But there isn't too many rooms that are going to cater for you in that regard. You're probably going to have to get one of these 2-bedroom villas, which is brilliant, or get 2 single-room villas, which is the predominant type of accommodation here. If you've got really young kids, so I'm talking 8 and under, I think you're going to have a really good time too. I think you're going to be there's so much room in both the single-room villas and the 2-room villas for space for pull-out beds and so forth. And I think also that the kids club is really well done, and there's a games room, there's plenty on, plenty of things for them to do, and also being looked after, so that you can relax. If you've got kids in that kind of middle, 8 to 15 range, I think it's a little more difficult to sell because they're a little bit too old for what the kids club offers. And then the games room and the beach activities and so forth and the water sports are kind of all grouped at the very far end of the island, which is kind of difficult to get to especially if you're in a water villa. There's a lot of back and forth there, but also relatively limited. The tennis court's pretty awesome, but again, the heat and everything makes it difficult to use for large chunks of the day. And so I think the kids have had a great time, but they've been a little bit more reliant on us and paid activities. So there is plenty of things to do. There's a huge lineup of activities that are on every single day, but the vast majority of them require an extra expense, which may not just be in your wheelhouse. If money's not an object, fine. There's plenty for them to do, from pizza making to all the motorised water sports to tours, all kinds of stuff. If you're kind of stretching yourself just to get here in the first place, that's when it can become a problem. But I'm just trying to paint a picture here of where you might want to sit. We've had a fantastic time, and 4 days for us has been a really good experience. I'd love to stay maybe one more day, but I think we've kind of run the gamut of everything, and now it's at a pure relaxation point, and with kids my age, they need a little bit more than that. So that's just something to keep in mind, I think. If you offer that pure luxury relaxing experience, it hits the mark. There are facilities here. The facilities are really, really good, but yeah, the kids haven't been able to just organically find other kids their age, and then just have that kind of, that's what they want. They want to be able to find other kids their age and then engage with those kids in the fantastic facilities, and that's been difficult with the way the villas are spread out and the types of people that are here, because people are here with really young kids or older kids predominantly. Anyway, far from a negative. Just wanted to detail that for you so that you understood where I think it fits perfectly. But like I said, even if you're like us and you have those kids in that, we've got 8, 10 and 12, I think it's amazing. I also definitely need to call out the people who looked after us here have been particularly good, including Mango, the guy who's been looking after our room. He's been fantastic and really good with the kids. And all the people we've dealt with, from the marine biologist through to Alina, who's been they call her a butler, but I really hate that term. But she's been looking after us on WhatsApp. And especially around my son's birthday, where the resort really made him feel special. And I'll always be very, very indebted and happy about that, because they didn't have to, and they went above and beyond, so it was great. He had a great day. All right, that is my review of the Ritz-Carlton Fari Islands in the Maldives. One last look. I'm gonna miss it. Look at this, so beautiful. Thanks very much for watching. Make sure to check out my other videos, including a heck of a lot of other resort reviews from the Maldives. And until next time, I'm getting back on the road. Ew.